Hello everyone, it's good to see you again. Thank you for joining me today as we channel the Council of Osiraconwiya. For those that are new to these channelings, my name's Goodwin, and every full moon and every new moon, I channel the Council of Osiraconwiya. Who is the Council of Osiraconwiya? Well, they represent the 12 planets that house beings that are most human-like, most like us. And they are making themselves more known to humanity at this time. They're here to introduce themselves, to share wisdom and knowledge from their own home planets because they are part of our galactic family, and we are moving into this time of open contact and disclosure, and I am here to help spread their message. So how this works is I will go into a channeled state. I don't know who will be coming in. Last channeling about 2 weeks ago, we had Roscoe come in, who was completely brand new for me, I should say. So I don't know ahead of time who is going to come through. I don't know what topic they will bring up. But what I do believe is starting to happen, we're getting a pattern here of, even though this is the 5th live transmission only, I'm starting to see a pattern of, we're getting pieces of information about each of these other planets and who they are, what they are like. So last time it was Roscoe from Valis. I believe over time we will be mapping this out as we gather this information. So it's all very exciting. I'm happy you guys can be here. So once I'm in the channeled state, what will happen is somebody will come through, they will deliver their message, and then Jessica, who is here acting as moderator, she'll be taking any questions from those of us who are on the call live. So just feel free to put your questions in the chat. Jess will go ahead and describe that as well. And again, any question goes. They don't want to put any limitations on it. They want the questions to be whatever you like. And I am a bit dry today, so I'm going to have some water, which was one of our previous topics about the importance of hydration and high quality water. So yes, that's how we'll proceed. So once the message is delivered, we'll have a number of questions, and this channeling typically goes an hour, the whole process. And other than that, if you are watching this, this will be posted after the live channeling. It gets posted on YouTube. So if you are watching live, please do like this video, subscribe if you found it interesting and you think others would benefit from these messages. Now what I'll do, before I go into the channeled state, I do several minutes of breath work. So this breath work, I call it the rainbow breath, and this is what I've also been guided to share with everyone else. No need to follow along. You can if you like, or just sit in a quiet space with your eyes closed, tuning in, whatever you feel is most is best for you. And do know, even if some of the words end up going over your head or don't make sense the first time, don't worry about it. What's been communicated multiple times now is that it's very much also about the energetics, actually more so than the words that are coming through. So they want us to get used to that feeling, that vibration. So that's really important to be tuning into. So for the rainbow breath, what I do is I'm thinking about, when I'm inhaling all the colors of the rainbow, more than just the 7 that we're used to, right? I think about any shade in between, even the ones that our eyes, our brain cannot perceive. And so I bring that down when I'm breathing in, and then we have a number of beams of light. This is a concept that's been taught by Drunvalo Melchizedek, White Eagle Medicine Woman. And so I'm going to then exhale through one of the beams. For me, the one I like to do first is out through, there's kind of like almost like a unicorn, and goes out on an angle and then out the back. And then I do that 3 times. And every time I'm inhaling, it's always breathing in the rainbow, right? So that's the first point. And then I go and do the next point, which is also on an angle, just under the chin and at the back of the head, coming out. So I do that 3 times. And then again, the rainbow. I go out through the beams at the side of the head 3 times as well. And then again, I'm inhaling, exhaling through the one of the beams that goes through the third eye and the back of the head on a straight line from where you have your third eye. And then again, I'm bringing the rainbow down to the heart. I'm breathing out when I'm exhaling, breathing out the sides of the heart. Again, 3 times. The next one is then breathing in and exhaling through the front and back of the heart, repeating that 3 times. And then we go down to the navel. Again, always bringing down the rainbow, out the side of the navel. Inhaling, breathing out through the front and the back of the navel. And then for the final one, when we're bringing the rainbow down, we're going all the way down as if you're connecting yourself to Mother Earth, so to the core. So you're going to have that rainbow go all the way down to the core of Mother Earth, and you're going to exhale out through the sides. Again, 3 times, and then you're going to do it again. And when you're exhaling, you're going to exhale out through the front and the back of that core. So that's the rainbow breath. I know I went through it very fast. One day I'll go through it a little bit slower, and people can ask questions as well. But I wanted to at least show it to you, and so that you know what I'm doing to kind of get into that space to be able to raise my vibration enough to receive these messages and whoever is coming through. So on that note, I will now, actually, I guess before I start, Jessica, is there anything you would like to say?
No, ma'am, go ahead.
All right. All right. So I'm going to now go in for several minutes doing the rainbow breath, just grounding myself, centering myself, and then let's see who comes through. Greetings. It is a pleasure to be here with you all today. What I was doing when I was coming through is actually a very important clearing through the nervous system. It is meant to relax the nervous system, not just of this channel, but of each of you. I am opening you all up so that you can better receive. Do you feel how calm you have become? Feel into it. In fact, don't feel. Just sit and be. When you are still, when your system is settled, you can receive. What exactly is it that I would like you to receive today? My message is in multiple parts. The first, and this is going to be a theme here, getting you each deeper and deeper into this place of stillness, steadiness. We will be deepening this in a number of the transmissions, because so many of you ask for our help, or you just ask for help in general. And we are here willing to help you. The problem is that you literally cannot receive the help on a consistent basis. Your energy field is full of fragments, sometimes that do not belong in your energy field. Your energy itself constantly swings, gyrates when we're looking for that still point. Complete stillness, stillness that you didn't even think was possible to reach. And I assure you, as you follow along with these transmissions, your ability to be still will increase. And then you will be able to much better receive. I will also address that there is a subtle difference between the steady energy concept that has been brought up in several of the transmissions and the stillness. They go hand in hand, right? So first we steady the energy, but it can be steady and it can still be moving, you see? What we're going for is that steady the energy first, and then be still. Once you steady the energy field, it will be easier for you to sit there in stillness. And this is a practice. So many are used to this constant motion, right? Your thoughts, your mind is constantly in motion. Your body, you're on your phone, scrolling, constantly moving in ways that are not necessarily beneficial. Steady plus stillness. I want to reiterate, this is a practice. Consistency. Like any skill, it's something that you will find is easier to do as you practice. It will build. And that means many things, including a quickening, a shortening of the time between when you ask for something and when you receive it, or not necessarily the thing that you think you are to receive, but it might come in the form of the next step, the insight, whatever it is that will help you. And remember, help comes in many forms. But the time of you being able to receive and perceive that help, this is a big one for everyone, which we will dive into. But it quickens, and you will see it come to fruition sooner. But let's quickly touch on this perception. Your ability to perceive the help that you are meant to receive. There are also times where you've managed to get your energy steady enough, still enough, strong enough to receive help. So you were able to receive, but you did not perceive that help was coming through. You had a very myopic view of what this help should look like and discarded so this ability to perceive also will expand, recognizing when something is a helping hand. To work on your stillness, first, steady energy. It will make the stillness easier. A way to practice is to sit, no distractions, feet on the ground, upright position. Practice being still, no music, unless it's coming from within your music. You can also listen to that piece of the recording, what sounded like a droning, humming sound. As I mentioned, that was designed to get you into that still point. It takes time for the human vessel to be able to do that. This vessel is still a work in progress, yes, but it is strong enough to allow for the vibrations to come through in a way that will help reach that still point. I was planning to include today another galactic introduction. However, as I am reading the energy signatures of everyone who is here on the live, I would rather you all continue to tune into this sensation, as opposed to activating your brain waves as you process completely new information. We may set that introduction aside for another day when we're not focused on your energy field. But not to worry, this all feeds in these exercises that we are doing, steady energy and the stillness. It is coming in the optimal order, not just for those on the live, but for humanity in general. By doing the transmissions in this particular order, we are preparing you each to better register the galactic information and introductions that will be coming through. Much easier for you to process, to register. But what I am elated by, even though you can't see it, I am elated. Just how well the little piece of humming when I came through, how it has impacted each of your energy signatures. What this means. Is that your field is receptive. If this had been, say, even 3 years ago in your linear time, that small amount of humming would not have been able to get each of you into that stillness so quickly. And so this is exciting for all of us. Because eventually these channelings, these transmissions, will be for a wider range of people, of humans, to watch and to experience what you are experiencing now. Each of you on this live are here for a reason. Among other things, you are acting as early adopters. We can see how each of your energy signatures fluctuates or is impacted or perhaps even permanently alters by receiving these channelings. And then we can keep calibrating from there. This is transmission number 5, and I must say, we are all extremely pleased so far. And now, are there any questions that I can answer?
The council has talked about steady energy and now stillness. I am curious if you can tell us more about how steady energy and stillness relate to the nervous system.
Yes. A relaxed nervous system is a receptive nervous system. Both steadiness and stillness relax the nervous system, in particular the vagus nerve, which runs throughout the human vessel. And so the stillness and the steadiness, relaxing the system, means that you will literally be able to receive There is another layer into this, which is not for today. Actually, there are multiple layers of this. But where this eventually leads is then being able to raise your vibration out into higher levels, higher bands of frequency. So then you can actually even pull in more and receive more types of help. A wider variety of energy, which then eventually, as we pull it into down 5, 4, 3 into the lower dimensions, manifests into something more physical and tangible in each of your experiences that you are living through each day. Does that answer the question?
Yes, thank you. You have emphasized high quality water more than once. Can you explain a little more deeply why water matters so much for consciousness, coherence, and contact?
Much of the human vessel is made up of water. What has happened, especially since the 1950s, there has been a greater level of pollution in the water supplies, runoff from chemicals used in various agricultural processes. fluoride in the water systems, much more. Some of it has been done with pure intentions, others not so much. But that doesn't really matter. What matters, though, is when you are ingesting this water that has been polluted. It pollutes your body. These cells are effectively being poisoned. And so with the high quality water, free from pesticides, chemicals, microbes, bacteria, so forth, your body can start to heal. And so the other side of that is that the vast majority of the population is dehydrated. So you have been filling your vessel with chemicals, bacteria, so forth. But on top of that, most people are not ingesting enough water. So it's the right amount of water for each of your bodies and the high quality nature. A clear system, a clear body is just naturally going to receive more. Think about it as a pipe in your sink. Over time, perhaps hair gets stuck in it, pieces of dirt, and sometimes it gets clogged and you don't realize there's a problem till the water starts backing out up into the sink. What we are communicating is that don't wait for the water to be backing out of the sink and you have all sorts of health problems. We are communicating with you now the benefits of the high quality water so that hopefully you're not seeing health problems and you are able to receive messages. Receive not just messages, also the wavelengths, the energy needed to create the reality that you most desire. This is a very deep conversation, but I hope that has given a brief summary.
Can you tell us more about how one can achieve steady energy, stillness, and a calm nervous system on a continual and daily basis?
For the steady energy, I encourage you to go back to the previous transmissions where we went into more depth. And remember to start to get your body used to that steady energy. Even listening to the transmission will help you achieve that. And when you become more familiar with that sensation, your baseline will continue to rise, especially if you're taking moments throughout the day. Just stop yourself and tune in to wanting to access, wanting to be in a steady energy. Intention will take you far. But to even get you started on getting your system to remember what that sensation feels like, the previous channelings will help with that. I would even say the same about the humming at the beginning of this transmission for that stillness, and then quite simply sit in stillness. And I have a follow-up question for you, and feel free to type these answers to Jessica. I would like to know, whoever asked that question, when I went just now, very briefly albeit, but when I went just now into that place of stillness, I want to know, truthfully, no performing, I want a true answer from the person that asked that question. Did you feel a stillness in your system? True answers only, please.
We haven't received an answer yet. Says, I felt a wavy shift through my central core during that response.
The energy is not quite as steady as we would like it in that moment, right? That's what you're feeling. But don't worry about it. Don't sweat it. This is what we want. You're starting to tune in to your own energy system, how you feel. Then you will know what needs to happen as a next step when that happens. Perhaps it is an event or something rocks your energy field, scatters your energy. Coming back and just even sitting, if you can, you sit. Remember we said in stillness. What is the energy doing? How is it behaving? Right? If it is wavy, can we just even asking it? Remember the intention, intend to steady the energy. Okay, I'm feeling a bit of a wave. Even if I'm still, it's wavy. Let's make it still and steady. And it doesn't have to be this long, multi-hour thing, half an hour even, to start getting your system on a consistent basis to do this, to feel this, and to be this. Pause throughout your day and take that moment of stillness and steadiness. And the more that you do it, your baseline will rise. And even when it goes off, you'll feel that happened, and you'll say, oh, that doesn't serve me. How do I steady my energy, still my energy? Eventually we'll go into concepts of bringing it all back. Thank you for that question and for your honest answer. Is there another question?
We have one more question. Would you be open to telling us who we have been with today?
I would prefer to save that for my return when I focus on a proper galactic introduction.
Thank you for being with us.
Thank you for being here. And I assure you, I will reveal myself. But for now, I very much feel like the energy and the group is best served to focus on what we have already felt today, more importantly than the words, but felt today. That it's important to not distract from all that occurred and all that is actually going to still occur within each of your physical vessels throughout the day. So the impact on your energy signature it's not like it's an instantaneous moment and it's done. The impact on your energy signature, think about it this way, that signature follows and is with your physical vessel. And so with the change in your energy signature, it will stay with you working on your physical vessel. You might not even know what's happening, but we wanted to keep that tight for today. And this will happen. Sometimes we will go off plan, and in this case, we did it for a very good reason, because we saw much greater benefits and positive impacts than what we were expecting. And so we want to hold this and allow it to continue at its optimal level. And then I will return for a proper introduction. I will say, even this channel does not know who I am. Thank you. I will now leave you, but I will return.
Thank you. I'm going to give Diana a few more minutes to gently settle back in. We want to thank you guys for being here with us and co-creating this space together. If you'd like to revisit this session or explore some previous transmissions, you can do that on Diana's YouTube channel. That's at Diana Goodwin. And you can also find all the past live sessions there and subscribe to be notified for when these get uploaded. Our next live session will be Sunday, March 29th at 7 p.m. Pacific for that full moon in Libra. And thanks again for being here, you guys.
Thank you, everyone.